Tropical storm Gordon continues to proceed towards the Gulf Coast of the United States. It's currently at 28.5 north, 86.8 west, 65 miles an hour and 1001 millibars at the 10 a.m. Central Time advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Here is the storm in relation to all of the other locations there, a stage 2 on the CDPS at this time, and a fairly small storm still by usual standards, but could still pack a punch, especially in the northeastern and eastern side. Right now, 133 miles from Panama City, 135 from Pensacola, 168 from Mobile, 188 from Gulfport, and 220 miles takes Gordon to New Orleans. It's likely to pass just north of there, and that you can see the hurricane warning there for the mouth of the Pearl River to the Alabama-Florida border. That's where we expect the main landfall zone to be. A storm surge warning also in effect there as well, just west of there, and of course a storm surge watch for the wider region too. So the storms are expected to continue towards the northwest, into land, over Mississippi we expect at the minute, could deviate slightly, east or west. Landfall we expect will be tonight, overnight hours tonight, Tuesday into Wednesday, and then the storm will gradually dissipate. We still expect, or the National Hurricane Center still expects, it will become a hurricane before landfall. It's currently at 65 miles an hour, just 10 miles per hour short of hurricane status. So that is still a distinct possibility, although Gordon hasn't been looking particularly grand in recent hours. Sea surface temperatures though are warm enough to support a hurricane, 29 degrees, possibly even touching 30 in one or two places, and land temperatures are also going to rise today of course. So here you can see the GFS taking it just east of New Orleans by a few miles. Looks like it's still just about there in Mississippi landfall, and then moving inland, and it won't be long after that until we hear the last of Gordon as it weakens substantially inland. Looking towards the end of the week into early next week on this wind graphic, not much else going on. We don't anticipate any close passes from any other systems anytime soon. So the percentage chances of tropical storm force winds look like this: 25% at Pensacola, 78% at Mobile, and the highest percentage at the minute is at Gulfport, 85%. That may well be near the landfall location of Gordon by the looks of things. And New Orleans there, I think it was 41% on that one too. These are what the National Weather Service officers are saying right now at the Tallahassee office there, calling for a high of 87 and quite a high chance of precipitation as you'd expect. Surf advisories along the coastline there as you'd expect as well. Obviously it's not a good day to be going out to sea. This is the Mobile office showing the latest hurricane information. There's also one or two flood warnings over in Mississippi at this time by the looks of things near the coast, along with those storm surge advisories. This is what New Orleans is looking at: flash flood watches Tuesday and Wednesday, a large area of coastal and inland, one or two counties deep there in Louisiana. And now let's take a look at Jackson, Mississippi. This is further inland, calling for 3 to 6 inches of rain in that elevated threat zone. So this obviously could extend further inland, the issues that may result from Gordon flooding related. And also there's a flash flood warning out in Texas, just near the border of Louisiana, just for your information as well. This is Lake Charles, as you can see here, expecting showery rain and possible thunderstorms later today. So this is what the models are saying. The HMON also having it on the border of hurricane status. The HWRF has backed away by the looks of things there. The GFS still not keen at all. The wind shear though is going to be marginal at worst, and could be quite conducive. And looking at the track there, it's almost set in stone that we're looking at a Mississippi landfall. Sea surface temperature is not an issue, neither is relative humidity. My guess at the minute is that it will just about get to hurricane status or very close to it. It remains to be seen. So here's the satellite imagery. Didn't look so great when we first saw the visible images, but a blast of convection has really overtaken the storm in the last few frames. So let's just hold off on that one before we make any conclusions. There's still signs of possible intensification, especially with that latest burst, and hurricane status is still a distinct possibility by the time we get to the end of today. Here's the water vapor graphic. A little bit of dry air over Louisiana, Mississippi right now. Probably not too much for the storm, which is looking a little bit sheared. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, with you at any time. You can also find our YouTube page if you're not there already, subscribed hopefully, and you can also follow our Facebook page, search Force 13 all in text. Videos are now there as well, and you can follow us on Twitter at Force 13 is our handle, and it's hashtag F13Sulik if you'd like to draw our attention to anything in future live events or whatnot. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron with its various rewards that come with that feature as well. And you can add me personally, Fool13 at extension 9094 on Discord, and Force13 on Skype for tropical weather chat.